All right, let's try out this line lock. Activate line lock, apply brake pressure, put the car in gear, press and hold the OK button, release the brake, apply the throttle. Welcome back to the channel, folks. Welcome back to week 3 of being on lockdown here in Orange County, California. I have officially broken the record for how long a grown man can stand in front of a refrigerator holding the door open.
All right, listen. What's this? Again, he is standing in front of the refrigerator. Did you hear that? What? Did you hear it? Listen, 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 listen really close. The fridge just said, "What the hell do you want now?"
Give my camera back. The battery died in my scale and I don't care. Battery in the scale's dead again. Who cares, right?
Yeah, do you think I ever get on that thing?
This hopefully will end soon, and hopefully the curve will flatten and we will get back to normal, because this is hard, folks, and but it's harder for the people that are suffering with this horrible virus that's out there. So most certainly prayers go out to all of them and any of you who are currently experiencing this, or a family member, because it's certainly scary. With that said, today we're going to talk about how I have my Hellcat practically paying for itself. I was hesitant to share this information only because it gets a little bit in the weeds and may appear to be a little bit capitalistic in its sense, but I believe that it will probably be interesting to a lot of you, and it's also intended to inspire a lot of you out there to maybe do what I'm doing, and you can turn your car into your business, which is pretty awesome. So stay tuned for that, but first let's roll the intro.
Showing off, don't wanna have to wait tonight, better off, I'm gonna find my way tonight. Won't you talk to me? I wanna heal your sorrows. We'll make a new tomorrow.
Alright folks, so I am in the car and taking a drive to nowhere because there's nowhere I can go. But today I wanted to share with you all how I am getting my Hellcat to pay for itself, and how you can probably do the same exact thing. It's not even probably, you could do the same thing, and that's the whole purpose of my channel, in addition to sharing all the fun stuff with the Hellcat and the Dodge products, because I love this car and I love all these cars, and frankly I love all muscle cars. So, but I appreciate the camaraderie and the collaboration that we have. But if I can inject in some inspirational information, some helpful information that'll help you all do some things that maybe you wouldn't have otherwise done, or accomplish some things you wouldn't have otherwise even attempted, then man, you know, I'm bringing something good to the world. So I figured I would go ahead and uncover the secret underbelly of YouTube and the YouTubers' business philosophy, or at least back-end secretism that you don't see a lot of videos on, or maybe you do and I just haven't looked for them, and share this with you. So I bought this car a couple months ago, and you all saw the original video where I was in trouble with my wife, and that was all legitimate, no acting, all true. I mean, everything I share with you all is totally legit. I'm not making stuff up or acting or doing second takes. I mean, it's real. And that day when I bought the car, there were so many positive comments, but there was also a lot of negative comments, and people who, you know, maybe they were jealous or just, you know, envious, or I don't know, just downright nasty people, said things that weren't very nice. And I can't believe you spent that much money on the car. Oh, you think your YouTube channel is going to pay for that car? Oh, this guy's an idiot. All these YouTubers are buying all these cars, and they're going to go broke and have a reckoning, and all the crazy stuff. And one commenter said, oh, you know, you acknowledge them, that it means you care. Well, you know what? Here's what I care about. I care about the fact that there's a lot of ignorance in the world, and I think if I can help uncover some of that and help some of these people come to the other side and understand how some things work that maybe in their world they've never even recognized or acknowledged, then I'm making the world a little bit better place. But a lot of you out there already know this stuff, but maybe it's worth paying attention, and there's some little nugget you can take out of this. But here's the objective. I started YouTube accidentally about 2.5, 3 years ago with a video that went viral and got me monetized. I mean, that's pretty much what happened. Boom, next thing you know, I've got enough subscribers and views, and YouTube says you can monetize. So I did, and they started depositing a little bit of money. Every time I hit a $100 threshold, they'd send me some money. And 1 month, it was like $1,000. It was shocking off of one video, maybe actually 2 videos. And then the rest of the months, it was like $100, $135, and I was like, man, there's a business here, and that I didn't even know existed. And this might be, turn on the AC here, this might be something I should explore a little bit, because I really enjoy it. I enjoy being on YouTube. I enjoy shooting videos, even though at the time I frankly sucked at it. And I'm a little bit better now, but I'm still aspiring to get much better. So after that, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get into this, and I'm gonna buy a car that I've always wanted, that seems like a fun car, totally irresponsible car, totally impractical car, but a very reasonably priced car that seems to have a huge amount of people out there that all love the same car too. And I'm going to jump into that community both feet and see what I can do. So I bought the original RT, and those videos got a little bit of traction. I got a couple videos with 5,000, 6,000, 13,000, a couple really horrible videos that took off and made a little bit of money, and I'm shocked. So I didn't do anything until 2018, when the money wasn't huge. It was maybe $1,000 or something in that year. But towards the end of 2018, I realized that since most of the money that I made was really backloaded in the last 3 or 4 months of the year, that this business actually has the potential to deliver some revenue while I'm having a great time and doing all the stuff that I love. So I invested. In 2018, I invested in more camera equipment, lots of camera equipment. I experimented with a lot of different equipment, a lot of different tools and computers and softwares, and I bought Adobe Premiere CS4. Then I realized that is hard. After I taught myself that by watching YouTube videos, I realized that Final Cut Pro 10 is way easier, so I'm just gonna flip over to that. So after wasting all the time and money on Adobe, I switched over to Final Cut, and I love it, and it's so much easier, and I cut my editing time down in half, and I'm certainly getting more proficient over time and teaching myself that by watching YouTube videos. But all this was expense, and my natural business sense goes into, wait a minute, I'm W-2 at my job, and I make a pretty decent living, and I'm paying a significant amount in taxes, and due to the alternative minimum tax laws, I can't do anything. I can't write off anything without it just adding to the other bucket, and I still owe the same amount of money. So the only benefit, the only write-offs you get nowadays is a little bit of mortgage interest and some charitable contributions. So that was, of course, I do donate a fair amount of money to charities. It wasn't for the tax purposes that I was doing it. I was doing it because I wanted to do good things. But it just seems crazy, if I quadruple that, I mean, I can't turn that into bringing in more money that I can do more good with it. So I figured out that with this YouTube channel, I'm able to actually create a business. So in 2018, I filed as my taxes as a sole proprietorship, as you'll see here, and I wrote off my Challenger Scat Pack, wrote off mileage, expenses, camera equipment, computer equipment, software. I wrote off everything, and I'll put the list here. You can probably see it rolling. I'm going to blur out some of it just because I'm not looking to, poke at the IRS here. And in no way, shape, or form am I trying to circumvent any laws or be shady or try to sneak something around the IRS. I have a great tax professional, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get tangled up with the IRS. This is all legitimate business, and these are legitimate business expenses, because I have every intention and objective, and I believe I'll succeed over time, with your help, obviously, that this channel will start being profitable within 2 or 3 years. But in 2018, it wasn't. And as you can see here, I lost about $14,000 on the business based on income and then all of my expenses. this offered me a tax benefit, and I'm not a tax professional. I'm not giving tax advice. You need to talk to your tax person if you want to know more about this stuff, but I can tell you that it benefited me because I'm starting a small business. Now, in 2018, I didn't make much money. 2019, it significantly improved. So I think I was, 5 or 6 times more revenue than I was the year before, which still isn't massive amounts of money, but the business, is headed in the right direction. And then in 2020, things are picking up even more, and every month is solid and good, and it's contributing towards the business. So especially after buying the Hellcat, which I knew as a business expense for this YouTube channel would most certainly have a bigger draw than my previous cars. So this is a powerful business expense, and one that is definitely yielding return already on the profit and loss for my little business here. So with that said, I can tell you that I didn't just buy the car just so that you all would watch the videos. I bought the car because I love the car. But the car is a good business investment based on the fact that it will bring lots of traffic to the channel and drive ad revenue, right? So is that why I do the videos? No, man, I love doing this. I wouldn't do this just for the piddly amounts of money. But now look at the other end of this. I've got the car payment, I've got the down payment, I've got all the expenses that go along with this channel, all in a growing business where I'm investing capital into it. So I created the corporation, I created a separate bank account, the car payments go straight through that bank account, all the revenue from the AdSense goes into that bank account, and most months, I would say most months right now, it's a negative. And I've got to loan money to the corporation from myself. And I do that, and there's a benefit for me doing that, obviously. So I loan money to the corporation, or I capitalize the corporation, and all these things have benefits financially when you're starting a small business. Small businesses have a lot of great advantages, financial advantages, tax advantages, etc., that I am now able to take advantage of as I grow this business. Now, the other thing that came out of this is not only is the car a write-off, and everything I do related to this channel is a write-off legitimately, but now I've also got a home office because I've got my home studio that I shoot videos in, I edit in. It is where everything happens to run this business in a legitimate form. And if you walk in there, you see cameras everywhere, everything's there. So in the end, I've got the home office exemption, and that is another financial benefit that's there's a nice cat pack right in front of me. Anyways, let's check this out. I gotta show it to you guys. Oh yeah. That's awesome. All right, so now I've got the home office exemption, or tax write-off, which is another additional help. So adding all this stuff together, now I have a business that I'm growing, I'm building its profitability. Over time, my expenses are going to go down, my profit is going to go up, and most certainly I'll be happy to pay the taxes as things reverse to a profitable business. That'll be great. Or I'll fall on my face and the thing will just go out of business and I'll be done and chalk it up to a loss. But I'm not a quitter. I have no intention on giving up. So that's all this in a nutshell, folks. I mean, all I can tell you is, if you have a camera or a phone and you have a car that, I don't care what it is, it can be an 84 Toyota Corolla, and you can do videos on that car, and there's people out there who own 84 Toyota Corollas that freaking love the things, that will, watch your channel, and you will start getting over time, and it will take a few years very likely, unless you're just amazing at this, that it just shoots through the ceiling like mine didn't. It's taken some time, and you'll have a business. You'll have a small business that you're able to now have expenses tied to, have write-offs tied to, have a home office, file your taxes a little differently. You're going to pay a little more to get your taxes done, but you're going to have a little more advantages. So hopefully this helps everybody. The next thing that I'm going to tell you about right now is I have launched my merch. So I never thought I would do this, but I've literally had probably 30 people whether it's on Instagram or YouTube, ask me if I had any merch. So I will tell you that's why I launched this. And again, tying back to the business, it's another part that makes this a real business. I mean, I've got merchandise that you all can buy, and yes, there's a profit built into it. Not a huge profit, but it helps support the business, support the channel, so I can do more fun stuff to share and collaborate. So check out the link. The shelf isn't up yet on YouTube. It's, I imagine, because of all that's going on right now, everything's kind of behind. But that'll be up soon, where it'll be below the video. But as of right now, as I'm shooting this, it's not there. So go into the description, click on OCMotivator.com, and check it out. I really appreciate your support. And if you don't buy anything, then it tells me that it's just way too early, and that's totally cool too. Either way, I appreciate you watching the video, following the channel. Thank you all so much for all of your support, your likes, and all of you subscribing and following and sharing these videos, and your positive comments. And I hope you all are staying healthy and happy and safe and at home right now. And I hope this ends soon so we can all get back to normal. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye. Oh shit, almost got me.